Welcome to Loleventvods. Watch the highlights of today's First Stand 2025 matchup.
The Ezreal poke, they have the Talia ability to rotate around the map. I think if CFO can get through
it's not the Korean teams, so you don't have the same level of coordination of the fan chant leaders and stuff like that. As Hongkyu already has to flash away. Crisp trying to get in there, and there is the route. Hongkyu's going to be going down. First blood here extraordinarily early, and it goes to Kana.
You look at the top lane, hold that thought.
There's a big flash forward from Kaiwing as they're trying to follow up. Jackie Love in so much trouble. Doggo just one more auto attack, and there it is. Could have been first blood. Unfortunately, it's the second one, but we've evened things out on that kill scoreboard, and Doggo was sort of inherently there, and the fact that Jackie Love was doing quite well in farm, that is now all but evened up.
Yeah, this is going to be a dragon taken here by TES. And they had the prio for this one. The Nilly is there. I don't think contesting this is realistic. Even though Hongkyu does have his ultimate, there's a Leona kind of standing guard, and getting over here is just not going to be possible. They had a control ward on the dragon, so they knew this was a realistic take. Junjie looking to trade the objectives, though, and they're going to look for more.
Yeah, Doggo knows what's up here. Going to be arcane shifting. It's not exactly the greatest ability for getting out of spears, because if it is like, if you're like split second reacting, you're still just going to take the damage, which can be a little bit sad. Wave going to crash towards his bottom side though, so CFO going to need to get back here. Thankfully there's a cannon, but still it's going to be plates going over to Jackie, as Junjie are going to be able to grab all three of the grub.
Comes from. And that's all I really needed.
They have prio on this objective.
Whoa, Kaiwing's going for it. He finds himself the pulverize. They've separated Crisp. He doesn't have the aftershock anymore, and neither does he have his life. As Junjie going to be able to grab that one. Hongkyu going to move out of the way of Cream here, who's just doing some investigating by the looks of things. Goes back to his soul, but I don't know about that one. And the ulti is picked up by Junjie. Will they be able to get the permafrost? The answer is no, because of Jackie Love here. Kanavi having to use that Primal Surge to get that health back up to half.
It just feels like the one lane where no one's interacting really is where Jace gets a natural advantage, and otherwise CFO are just playing the map better. They're everywhere. They're making plays all over the map.
Yeah.
And now they're looking to get even more. I mean, they already had the first 3 grubs unlocked, and they're looking for full 6.
Yeah, Seismic Shove looking real good. 369, not with a lot of the blue stuff, as you can see here. Kaiwing looking to make his way forward. Come on, man. Surely you're going to press that headbutt, moves on up. Not going to get knocked up just now. As, yeah, they will find 369 away from his turret now, which is unfortunate. The ulti goes wide. Great flash to come out from 369, but it's not going to save this turret. And CFO using the pressure to get more, even if the pick didn't actually work out.
Okay, let's see what soul this is going to be, because it's 2 dragons to 6 grubs. And it is going to be Infernal Soul. So a high roll here for TES. This is really important, because they ended up committing so much of the dragons, and we'll end up losing this turret, and maybe 369 as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. The headbutt does push him back. He's looking to try and get something done here. Permafrost is going to stop him in his tracks, though. There is so much CC. I don't think 369's going anywhere, even if he can ignore some of it. Never mind, though. The all-out just brings Kaiwing through the wall, but the cow, he's so sticky, and he just
around top. Esports on the map as well. Rest here, looking like he might just be able to get out.
Yeah, Trap does come on through there as Kanavi looking to try and land the spear, but he doesn't do so. Rest still trying to get out, and I don't know about that Solar Flare.
Yeah, Rest doesn't even have to say.
Absurd.
Consider also as Cream, or Crisp rather.
Crisp is in a little bit of trouble. Of course, does have the Eclipse, but unfortunately, it's just not quite enough. Cream goes in, does find 2 with the ulti here, but he does have to get out. Now Kanavi, just denied by Kaiwing, and the curtains were called, but unfortunately it didn't really answer. As Jackie now looking to try and lock anyone down, but the Arctic Assault...
He is just in a bouncy castle.
Oh dear. This is one of the more killable Cassantes I've seen thus far, as 369 is dead against 4 right now, but Rest is going to make his way in as we start a siege into this mid lane. Jackie Love avoids at least part of the damage, but not all of it, as now the turret is taking a whole bunch here, and the range that you do have as Glacial Prison flies forward. I don't know about that one as far as the Seismic Shove is concerned, and the Solar Flare is going to connect. Junjie is so tanky though, as Kaiwing, he's gone completely off on his own. Crisp gets himself out of there, and the unbreakable will of this cow is actually going to work out. They pull the AD carry though, they pull Cream, and he is going to get taken out. Hongkyu damage back, but TES just better team fighting.
Critically here, it allows him to get Soul Point on the dragon as Doggo flying too close to the sun.
Yeah, not quite working out. Arcane shifting over the wall, but you can follow if you are the Yone. So Cream able to lock him down, gets back to work on this Dragon as well, and he is now 1-0-2. And maybe a big way the top esports can get back into this game.
I'm not 100% sure about that one, Doggo.
Able to steal that one away, but sometimes you want to get opportunistic with it, and maybe just thought that there wasn't vision. So it is still going to be the Rift Herald going over to CFO. Junji going to be able to pick up
to see how they're going to use it in this game because they have such a massive map advantage.
Highwing's flank angle is kind of massive right now as the Zenith Blade is going to try and push him away. The Weaver's Wall comes down and they have their eye on the prize. The prize being Crisp, who is going to flash back towards Jackie Love, and now a teleport to come forward. Have they overstepped? That's the question. As Cream coming in, a teleport now as Rest just dives on top of the Yone. They push him away, but he does manage to use the ult to get himself out, and it's not enough. The empowered shock blast just destroyed.
His 2-item spike, has his Swifties. He's running around the map fast, making big plays.
Well, Headbutt to come through here as Chris, not a whole lot he can do about that one. True Shot Barrage cut him in half. Take him down. 2-item spike now definitely there, and it looks like CFO want to turn this into an Otacon take as well, which could spell the end of an inhibitor turret for TES here.
TP from 369, they're going to try to contest here, but it's just so hard. I mean, not impossible.
Yeah, Kaiwing standing on top of a ward, but doesn't seem to care about it at all. Actually, it was a trap, but that's fine. Was discovered. Spear going to connect as CFO. They are still on it, and there is no way for top esports to make their way in. CFO have been clinical with their control of this game. They grab the Voracious Otacon. There's the Weaver's Wall to split up the fight, but Honkyu, he's on the northern side. I don't know about that one. He just withdraws, and sometimes you forget that the Voracious Otacon only means it's a couple of 100 gold, and then you can get back into the fight once again. Teleport available. He could come back immediately as Doggo is going insane underneath this turret. 369 trying to block, but Crisp is still going to be cut down. Now Cream gets knocked up. Kaiwing looking to try and push him out of there. As I don't know about this one. Still, we are just going to try and kill 369 before we go down. The withdraw comes through from Doggo. Kaiwing might be joining him now as Junji going to slow them as much as he can. Headbutts the wall, and speaking of headbutts, Kaiwing is going to try and send them packing. Honkyu, yeah, that was almost a spear as a welcome.
He wants to make sure he had to TP in here because the timing of this gets a little bit awkward with those comments.
Oh dear. Cream is dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Get picked. You're going to get caught off these 4 deaths here, and CFO are looking to end this game.
Yeah, they're pushing forward. Honkyu going to grab himself a spear, but also gets the flash out from Jackie Love. True Shot Barrage takes him down to 100 health, and that is going to spell the end of this inhibitor turret. CFO have been just a well-oiled machine for the entirety of this game. We have to remember back to the fact that this 17-year-old player gets cut down for first blood at 1 minute into this game. There are, much more mature teams, that have fallen apart after something like that happens in the early game. And CFO instead, they're just business as usual, guys. Keep your heads in the game, and their heads have well and truly been in this game from minute 1.
Absolutely, and they snowballed the game well. They played some good macro. I mentioned some of the lane assignments they had, putting Honkyu top, allowing Rest to defend that turret bottom side. It just feels like with Kanavi on this Nidalee, when they lost control, he's been able to do very little. Because he doesn't have CC, he can't catch anybody, can't trap anybody. It's very difficult for him to punish overextensions.
And Cream here does some damage.
Yeah, he does.
If you are going to be trying to contest for Baron, as Junja is going to be dashing forward, looking for Kanavi here. He will accept a Crisp as a consolation prize as Deadly Flourish coming on through the knockup. And the delivery of Kanavi as they all dive in. The Seismic Shock defensively is gorgeous from Honkyu. As he then flashes over, Cream's in trouble. He's flashing away. 369 on the other side of the fight, trying to duel against Rest and Doggo. And I think I know where the smart money's at when it comes to that battle. He is going to try and get himself out of there. Will be successful for now. But can they save their inhibitor turret in mid lane?
Yeah, they're just going to look for the Weaver's Wall to cut him off.
Yep, Jackie, I don't know whether he's going to be flashing away from that one. Cooldown not up yet, and the inhibitor is going to fall down once more. And CFO are taking no unnecessary...
Cleared that last ward here in the pit.
And
now they will.
It is going to go down now, but it gives away the fact that this Baron has been started up. Rest chilling in the mid lane as True Shot Barrage gives information over to CFO. Haven't taken the ward out yet as the control ward does go into the back of the pit. This cow, the secret agent, is now Honkyu could be in a little bit of trouble. Glacial Prison going just wide as Kanavi is getting flanked. The cow comes in. There's the pulverize onto Crisp. Kanavi trying to pounce his way out of there. Crisp not going to have access to that ability, and so he's just dead. Once again, the 1v2 for 369 as he pulls Honkyu away, and Honkyu just goes golden. He should be A-okay here as Rest takes him out. Doggo is in a lot of trouble. Now just standing behind his teammates, making sure these curtains don't fall down on top of him. And CFO keep everyone alive. Rest now diving on top of Cream. Cream is maybe able to take this one as the captive audience not going to be killing Arrest
This is
yet.
crazy greed from CFO, but because of Arrest's heroic, almost near sacrifice there, they are going to look to try to rush this from down with low health bars. Kanavi could steal this.
Kaiwing
No flash.
should be able to get him out of this pit as now Junja is almost just dead.
I actually think this doesn't stop the other problems, and this is going to be a dragon taking you. The second for Flying Oyster is that Soul felt so close and now feels so much further away.
Junja looking for an opportunity here as Kaiwing once again with the perfect flank angle throws the ulti down to make sure he stays alive and gets the two-man pulverized. Cream able to get himself out of there, had unbound the soul as 369. He's not frontlining anymore, and Kanavi is the one caught out. This War Machine will just eat whatever's in front of them as Honkyu looking for even more. Cream able to get himself just out of there, but they are limping back to the fountain right now, and this fresh inhibitor that only just came back to life is immediately put back in the dirt.
Yeah, down it goes. And CFO, they have got this one super minion here. They're trying to take out these Nexus turrets.
Yeah, 369 diving forward, but he's in the bouncy castle. The seismic shot was too good. He goes all out, but he is all out options. As now Cream back underneath this turret now, and top Esports, they don't have the money, they don't have the way to get in, and CFO just too good here in this game one. Jackie going to be taken out. Doggo is on an absolute rampage. It's a triple kill here, possibly even a quadra unless Rest just decides to take that one away. And there it goes. Nexus now exposed, and CFO. My God, what an incredible performance from this team. Kanavi might also be taken down, but instead, the Nexus falls, and CFO are up 1-0.
A Baronless win, and not one player on CFO did not look incredible on the mid game, but the scaling with this, when Caitlyn starts to really get online, and the sound
Careful, both of them drinking their potions, and now Cream with some chains, not going to land it. As Junja comes in and just says, Kanavi, please leave.
in my experience watching...
Whoa, there's a flash forward. Shifting Sands comes out as Honkyu is going to keep himself alive. No flash required now there. Driver is the one walking away, but he dealt with the minion wave, so I guess he's fine.
Ends up getting the stun here. The minions are on Driver's team on this one.
Yeah, the Flame Spitter is really hurting. Driver still sitting on both his biscuit and his potion. And now 369 landing basically everything. Good flash is going to get Drivers out as well.
That feels really nice here for
dear.
Crispus here too.
Yeah, they're pulling the wave. Driver knows exactly what's going on here. Wants to be able to get rid of these minions as quickly as possible. The heroic charge from Crisp as he dives in. They have to be wary. Will, of course, turn into a zombie, but it looks like they are not going to have the damage to take him out on this push. Now just waiting for this tower to reset. Slowing down Kanavi here as Driver does go down for first blood, but 369's in trouble. Down extraordinarily low, but not going to fall. And now on the other side, let's see whether Jackie Love is going to survive this one. The flash comes out, the Valkyrie there as well. Stun comes on through as Kyling's going to be taken out. Jackie is still alive, and it's a disaster for CFO.
Jackie Love played it super well too. Right back up here, but guess what? Kanavi also right back up here.
Yeah, Driver does have a level advantage, but I don't know how much that's going to matter as he's looking to try and escape. Only level 5, so cannot actually drive his way out of this. Even though he is walking pretty quickly, the flash does come forward. He's got the Soul Furnace shield. Oh, yeah. Now Doggo up here representing Deft with the DRX skin. You love to see it. And is just going to be catching this wave. Looks like the Grubs should be going over to top Esports, though. Not a lot of contest available here on the CFO side with how they're sort of feeling right now. Yeah, and Junja not even going to risk anything. He's now going to move down towards the...
It's just not the same sort of value for the composition.
Ooh, Chain's going to come on through here as the Emperor's Divide comes down. Cream grabs his own, but Kaiwing is going to turn up. Junja, you'd look at the CFO draft and be like, oh, if you get to ultra late game, it's going to be a disaster. As Jackie Love, once again, utilizing a really nice Valkyrie to get himself out of the way. But now, Junji are going to come in. And Jackie, no mana, no hope. Barrier not going to work out. I don't even think whether that Impale was necessary as Driver, once again with a phenomenally timed shield. And Kanavi, even with pressure. Cream now diving forward, does have that depth charge, gets the double knockup, which is really nice, but he gets one in return. There's the Emperor's Divide, and he's pushed into the turret. Honkyu will gladly take that kill as Jackie not there
off of that last play. But he's also just stacking CS. He's 20 CS up on this Silas, and that
That just ballooned as well.
Yeah, like with the trough that we were talking about for Doggo, you know, the Silas needs to be relevant, and if he keeps getting this far behind, he won't be, and so that punish isn't necessarily going to be there. First Dragon is finally being taken here. It's super late into the game, but it goes over to CFO as well, which buys them some additional time.
Them spikes here for top esports. You need that Trinity Force there, you need the dash cannon in, and you need the Leandries completed here for 369, and then you'll be so extraordinarily strong in a lot of these fights. But right now, it's not necessarily there yet, and as they sort of fail to act on these moments, that's when CFO starts to build like the first defensive item for drivers. Kaiwing? Hello? All right. Just hopped over there, activates the Hex Flash, and somehow it kind of works out as the Peacemaker comes in. Kaiwing down to 100 health. I'm still confused.
I mean, I think they wanted to get some more information. A little bit hesitant there, though, means that nothing really comes of it, and it was not the most ideal for Kaiwing as 369.
Yeah, well, Drive is driving, and he's still driving. He's driving.
He's still getting a first turret going over here to CFO.
He's still able to clear out the wave. Oh man, I have a feeling I know which streamer he's been watching. As Jackie Love going to be able to clear. Crisp says no thank you.
It's the second time Crisp has bailed out a dive target as well.
Unstoppable Onslaught is not available, but it is for Cream, who is going to be able to take him down with the Kingslayer. Driver, will he be able to find a few autos? Does find a few cheeky ones, but otherwise not too much more to happen.
These are the kind of...
Take it, and you know, this is where the comp is really very strong.
Ooh, Doggo. Wow, that is a big old chunk there from Jackie Love, who now does have his Trinity Force completed. Honkyu, he's got his Sun Disc set up.
Is trying to control bottom side prio here so he can wrap around the way he wants to, but now Top Esports are on this Dragon here, and yeah, Jackie Love doesn't have 2 items, but he's still got that Triforce. He hits hard.
Haven't done a lot of homework though. Doggo and Kaiwing now unseen. They get the depth charge. It's a double knockup, and it's really nice, but the interruption comes in. The Impale is so good. Chris Blast so incredibly long though, as Kanavi will get taken down in the end. Knockups are plenty here as Driver tries to get himself out, but the DPS from Top Esports is too high. They win out in the fight.
And able to layer all that damage. Now Jackie Love hits the 2 items. He won the fight without that Muramana. Now he's got it. He's one big tier stack away from actually transforming it as well. And now Top Esports are really hitting their stride. Despite, again, having a small gold deficit here, looking very good. They gave the objective, though, critically. Yep. Now looking to actually get that final one to secure the feats of strength here.
Yeah, Kaiwing moving on over, but I don't think there's going to be any commitment. I think this is smart from CFO, identifying the fact that, yeah, this is Muramana completion. Navi is going to drive that one into the turret. As now Junjo looking for an opportunity. Should be able to find an Impale, but can he stay alive as the Equalizer is just cooking him? However, they just take down Jackie. The Keeper's Verdict gets rid of Kaiwing, but a lot of the damage has already been done. It's a 1-for-1. They don't manage to take out the turret. An ace in the hole. No one really wants to tank that one. Is Honkyu going to be denied here by Crisp? No real punish. Pretty powerful at the moment. 800 gold in the lead as far as his matchup is concerned, as Jackie taking so much damage. Doggo flashing out of the way of Crisp as well. Gives him the thumbs up. Man, Doggo kind of feeling himself here at the moment.
And I think he should. He trades Flash here.
Oh dear, Jackie in trouble. Honkyu gets the barrier around. There's the anchor to the head to take down.
As Dragon is up for CFO, and they're looking to take it here early. No real response, no way to get in here. Vision control right now for Flying Oyster means that there's just no way Top Esports can test. There's no topside objective for Top Esports to take either. So a big win here.
Oh, Drive is driving.
He's
this
driving.
Is a big moment. Gets the knockup, gets another knockup, and Cream's going to take some damage. I don't think he's going to die. Of course, the Kingslayer is available. The Driver is still just being frustrating. Chasing after him here. He's got his Rook Urn completed.
I mean, he's so tanky.
Yeah. Decent spike.
This is... I don't think this can be a take here for Top Esports. For a second, I thought they were going to Hail Mary it, and I don't think the game state is that desperate, but they are going to try for this. And Driver does not have teleport. They're aware of that, and maybe they think they can actually burst this down quickly enough, but I'm not so sure myself, and I think they do tend to agree as they back away.
Yeah, he's got Unstoppable Onslaught. He can drive his way up there.
Yeah. Now, remember, this means 369, because Driver doesn't have teleport, has to walk up, can push for this bottom turret. So they get a tempo play out of it. But maybe a leash here as CFO are looking to turn this one around.
Yeah, this is a bit of a thanks for the leash question mark type situation here, as Driver has such a phenomenal angle on the flank. 369's teleporting in. The Keeper's Verdict gets rid of the Nautilus, but the Smite is still there. And Kanavi just going to get thrown out. The Emperor's Divide goes down. That is going to be Junjia taking down the Otacon. But is it going to be enough to win them the fight. As the Impale onto Cream, that's going to take down the Silas. They do manage to get one back, but it's a triple for the young man in the mid lane from CFO. And they also get all of these for them to get in regardless of what was going on. As Kaiwing looking for another opportunity. Oh man, Kanavi just thrown into the wall, does get down the ulti, but now he's looking to try and go in. Crisp on an angle, wants to try and find a priority target. He gets Honkyu, gets him into the wall, and he should be taken down, but he goes golden before anything can happen. Driver going to be taken out, but Junja is so tanky. Driver is now the zombie mode, pushing them away here, and Doggo is still deadly on this. On the other hand, I mean, you just get to reset, and then the Dragon is going to be up. So now we're fighting for Soul Point. TES just wanting to try and deny it as best they can. Oh man, just one extra link in that chain, and it would have been a good one. Crisp spotted on the flank angle as Kanavi in there. The Sand Soldiers doing some work. Cream with the Empress Divide already hijacked, but Junja just gets rid of him. They dive on top of the Silas. The Dragon's still at 4K as the fight continues to break out. Kaiwing should be eviscerated, but mid for support you'll take. Driver still extraordinarily low, and that's the Dragon denied as it goes over to Kanavi. It's once again another 1-for-1 as Junja looking to try and pick one off. Crisp could be the target, takes a boulder to the noggin, and Honkyu gonna push him away. So some Alcove Gaming not gonna work out here for the Poppy as CFO will grab a straggler.
That was such a great collapse onto Cream from CFO.
And Corki is not known for his tank busting. Yes, he's got a Lord Doms, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough steadfast presence. Maybe not as steadfast as Chris wants it to be as they do dive in. Junja going to be pulling back Kanavi, though, as the Equalizer burning down the Skana. So the Skana not going to get barbecued today. Not too worried about it as Cream spotted on that trinket.
Yeah, he's just going to have to leave here, and Baron is up. Jinjia is fairly low
three
here.
Items, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still kind of greedy. Let's see if Cream can find an angle. His hijack is just now available again.
Yep. Driver, I think, with a health bar that is much larger than it has any right to be at this point in the game.
Just need to kind of reshuffle here and push Driver to block 369, and they can try to burn this down. Cream looking for the flank.
Oh, yeah, Honkyu almost actually caught out. There's Jakilov just scooped up, and Cream diving into the back. He wants to be the hero, but it's desperation from top Esports. Another clean sweep performance, only losing so far to Humble Life Esports, and I now want to see that rematch now that they've got their eyes in here at LOL Park. They're going to be taking down some inner turrets, and it looks like they're dotting some I's and crossing some T's. Is not going to get stunned up. Is this Scion? Doesn't really mind about it either because he looks pretty immortal. Is now just zoning away Jackie Love, and Honkyu! He finds him. No flash can get you out of that one, and he goes golden to keep himself alive. They get a couple. There's a keeper's verdict from Chris, but unfortunately, he's not able to read the verdict. That is CFO that are capable of doing so. They're the last men standing. They get to write their history this time. As minions getting pushed in, I think this is just going to be the Red Bull Baron power play that wins them this series.
It's looking like this is just the end of it. CFO, a huge performance here today, taking out top Esports in a dominant 2-0. Also locking. I think the Ziggs is really what saves this draft for me for Team Liquid. It makes me feel like it's robust because anymore, but no summoners otherwise used, and he just, I mean, yeah, it's Pantheon level 1. Okay, big win here for Team Liquid. That should allow him to, with those early short fuses, trade really well.
Oh dear. Umpty already lit on fire here as the Vault Breaker comes down. Undertow going to be flashed out of the way of, so Umpty will survive for now as the handshake just barely going wide. Viper already down to about 50 though, so maybe the last laugh will belong to the General. Stand aside, going to be used onto Core JJ and Yun here as Delight tries to take down Core JJ, who flashes out of the way of the turret here as the Rend, not enough. And that's 2 turret shots taken from Yun.
Into a disaster.
Undertow going to go wide there as it's a great handshake, but Delight hadn't touched Core JJ yet. And so therefore the turret does not get upset. Managing to hit that first evolution. Of course, you really want to get to level 16 before you're absolutely terrifying. And even then, if the game state has fallen out of your favor, then it can be a little bit of an issue, as Viper is just wandering underneath the turret. Impact is just not really going to worry about it at all.
If you can't beat a Draven that hard with Kalista, go find the Kayle. I bet you can win that one super hard.
You're definitely going to win that one. That being said, I mean, the Kalista matchup into Draven should be really hard for Kalista, but it isn't actually the case. as of course this Kalista did manage to get that first blood. Now also has the like steel caps. I don't know. Very aggressive, defensive choice. But will make sure that you're not taking too much damage from this this Draven. And they say that if you do have like a big extra advantage, investing in a defense is oftentimes more valuable.
And do things like this. So a good tempo move from TL now.
Oh dear, there's a handshake. It's very polite, but maybe not so much. As Delight is going to be able to at least escape for the moment. Does get into the mists.
It was a firm handshake, Atlas.
That was a very firm handshake. That's the kind of one where obviously the dad doesn't want you dating his daughter. Is okay. Peanut diving forward, finds the cease and desist, but Young gets underneath his turret, and now the grand Skyfall comes down. Umpty going to be able to grab Peanut one more time for the second kill. We're getting close to picking up one of these feats of strength as Viper not going to get caught by the ultimate from this Renata. And they are going to be able to dissing. And Umpty and Peanut just continuing to fight. Smite going to be utilized there as Umpty just dives on top. And these health bars were already low. Peanut in trouble and he's dead again!
This is looking really rough here. This time not even about the global, just utilizing that lane prio so incredibly well. And Team Liquid is so known for intelligent macro plays, great lane swaps, right? People were saying after that had been removed from the game, we wouldn't see too much of that, but they still swapped, albeit late. They're playing the map incredibly well. And yes, Impact is taking the brunt of this because he has no resources here, and this is giving Zeus some free scaling, and he's just getting through the laning phase for free. But that might not be enough later on when Leon is starting to get big, APA is getting bigger, and Umpty is just making plays everywhere as they get more plays topside.
Zeus might kill Impact here, though. This could be a bit of a problem as Impact trying to get himself away, but he's still skewered. And Zeus grabs the kill. Young going to be moving down here, looking to try and grab some revenge for his top laner. As Delight now, they get dove on. I think Zeus might be dead, ladies and gentlemen. Does have divine intervention, but sometimes even the gods cannot save you. And Young going to be able to pull those sticks out, and that's going to grab that kill. Peanut could be in trouble as well as Young is dancing around with that martial poise. Grabs a double now on this Kalista, and that satchel's gorgeous! Never doubt APA's Ziggs as they're able to grab objective. They will be able to grab the feats of strength outright.
It's crazy TL didn't draft like this yesterday. This is what we were all asking for. Play for Prio, play for the map.
And they even got the Ziggs, and then it was Yon playing it.
I know. And this is why everyone's like, why isn't APA playing it?
Yeah.
Watch him play it.
And we're still even more quizzical because now that he is playing it, it's looking into my day-to-day. As, all right, Zeka is going to get pushed into APA. Mega Inferno Bomb comes down. It's a fair bit of damage onto Delight, but that is going to be the ulti, and Delight should just die here as Umpty just combos him down. Zeka could be in trouble now as well as Core JJ comes through. The handshake is going to be landed, but Umpty is in turret range, does manage to walk out as Peanut, a little bit anemic at this point in time. Zeka unable to walk up, but still throwing the spell flux through.
Young's here.
Oh, okay, Zeka actually taking a lot of damage now, trying to realm warp his way out. Will be able to escape for now and takes Peanut with it.
2 steps forward and maybe 2 steps forward and maybe 3 steps back.
Well, you can see Zeus has made it to level 11, which is a pretty scary time for the Kale, but 1 versus 2, not going to be able to do too much. You can see when he does get some auto HLE later in the game is something we'll have to find out later in the game, because I have no idea how they're going to make it work.
Peanut really wants to stick this Rift Herald here. It's a bit risky, especially with APA here. Zeka finally does come down. Remember, if Viper commits to the fight and dies, getting the Rift Herald will never be worth it.
Well, Umpty has found Viper. Zion's going to get pulled back. The Bone Skewer going to be working really nicely. He does have a blast going to get himself out of the way. As the MasterCard lane economy snapshot showing us that Yun is in a great spot, but maybe not right now, as not going to get slowed down. So Zeus missing that one after the flash feels pretty bad. Hi, Umpty. How you doing?
The gold's even.
Yeah?
In fact, Han with a slight lead.
Oh dear. Umpty able to get out of the way of the Bone Skewer this time. There is still a turret that's up and available. Peanut's coming down. Teleported is not going to be enough as Delight delivers a bunch of money over to his teammates. Mega Inferno Bomb coming down. Delight taking some damage from that one. As Zeus also a little worse for wear. It should be that HLE can get themselves...
and still a ways away from that.
Peanut just took a whole lot of damage on his way in. Went through all of the mines as well as great handshake as APA should be able to take him down, but the divine intervention onto Peanut. They just waited out. He does eventually die. I don't know whether that bailout is going to necessarily work as Delight He's just slinked into stealth, and he'll be okay as well, as CoreJJ just wanted to walk this one off. Handshake going to connect, but so does the Bone Skewer, as Viper really...
He doesn't do a lot.
APA is dead. So is Zeka, though. Never mind. Maybe not, as Umpty wanted to grab that stun once again, but Peanut says no, not today, and maybe he's just going to die. Instead, he's got the spear. Then he's able to take down Zeka. Now I'm trying to taxi his way out to these Krogs, as Peanut really wants to get that Vault Breaker back. He gets underneath the turret, but the stun is almost back up, and Umpty will survive.
Viper.
The whirling death. They should be able to communicate this. And so Umpty just continues walking.
Stop, though. Team Liquid.
All right, CoreJJ spots him out here as Yun is their target. Delight diving forward as well. Cease and desist goes down. Barrier is decent. Has the bailout, but it's not enough. And it's another kill and a shutdown to Zeus. Oh dear, this Kale is going to be a problem if she wasn't...
no resources, but it's starting to get huge. This is going to be Otacon going over to Hanwha Life Esports as well. There's just no way to contest this. And man, TL had so many leads. They had such a great early game, but a few small mistakes around the map, and Hanwha Life just strike back again. And it's not the first time this tournament we've seen Hanwha Life behind the Dragon Pit ended up being a bit of a disaster. This is moments before when APA ends up getting solo killed by Zeka.
Oh dear, yeah.
He's got the shield.
And the phase rush means that Mega Inferno Bomb does not land. And I thought that Zeka was going to immediately die. Thankfully, he does eventually. But this is all just a lot of stuff happening all over the map.
Yeah, it's almost lights out, you know?
And it's already sort of feeling like that as Yun is underneath the turret. The Rend, not enough to take down Viper, but he is pushed away from this turret. And Zeka, I don't know about that position. That's hyper-aggressive, but he's got the Divine Intervention. And Cease and Assist on top of Yun will be the demise of him. Zeus now going to be the focus zone. He'll get shut down as Impact trying to get aggressive, and now Delight. He's hitting the resets. His health bar is so low, but Umpty cannot get in range, and Viper gets another one. Umpty knew he wanted to kill. Will be able to take him down, but he's still going to lose the fight ultimately. And
they're trying again to try to push for that advantage.
Yep, some question marks here from Yun as they're saying they're playing protect the president as best they can. Fate's call to try and save CoreJJ as Viper. He's going to be cleansing. Zeus currently untouched as there's the ultimate from CoreJJ, but it doesn't quite do enough. Peanut dead yet again, but Zeus is free hitting Umpty, just trying to get him out of here, trying to zone. And I don't know whether it's necessarily working because Divine Intervention is on HLE's side and it's Reset City for Delight. APA has to run himself out of there.
And for now, I mean, trying to group on Baron and forcing a turn. I mean, the comp does have fantastic turn. This might be the best thing that TL could do here is to try to force Hanwha Life to respond and look for a good turn. They've got the Sentinel here. They've got good vision on the entryway.
Yeah, Peanut actually trying to escape that vision as we can see Whirling Death just to soften them up as Delight finds himself yet another Bone Skewer and, oh man, into the bouncy castle goes APA. Viper gets the Divine Intervention. He's frontlining. That's their tank. Their tank is a Kale ultimate as down goes Cassante. Impact lying on the ground as is CoreJJ, and it's a triple for this Kale that is now entirely out of control. Yun able to avoid the Bone Skewer, but not able to do enough damage to Delight to kill him, as Zeka is just walking forward like the orange tank that represents Hanwha Life Esports. And now I think they may just be done with game one. It was such a weird draft. It was such a poor start for HLE. But unfortunately for TL fans, it was not enough to stop them from winning.
Not enough. Hanwha Life Esports with a massive comeback win here on the back of this. Kale from Zeus. Between the Rel and the Zyra ultimate, there's a lot of ways to lock down these carries, but I think that's the plan. Otherwise, I don't know why you'd stand there.
Oh no, and the Quinn went back. Oh my goodness.
This is such an umpty move.
Oh, this would be so cheeky. You can see Peanut gets into the brush.
It would be so huge for him.
In he comes. All right, Bramble Smash, and he steals it away. Peanut now in trouble as the Twisted Advance is going to lock him down. That's going to get the flash out as well. Obviously,
and this lane.
Oh, Impact in trouble. That's going to be one more auto as the flash comes out. Oh, man. Not wanting to risk it, and that does make some sense. In the meantime, though, APA actually doing a really great job, even though Peanut... That's how it goes.
Peanut's going to come over here and try to strike back. Hard to win this fight alone, though.
Yeah, see who manages to get this smite down. It is going to be Umpty, but can he keep himself alive? That's the question. Just running out, and he should be A-okay.
Yeah, Zeka, no buster shot, of course, only level 4 on this Tristana.
Hard to win against good old Bramble.
Indeed.
Tracking Umpty incredibly well here. Have topside control.
Ooh, Zeka actually was hit by that Noxious Blast, and now he's taking so much damage. The Twin Fangs coming through as APA gets the ward down. Wanted to know whether flashing after this guy is going to be a good idea. Never mind, he doesn't actually have that one up and available.
The jungler is also meeting up. Peanut caught.
Another time, that is the twisted advance forward, and Peanut, not a lot of way out of this one. That is going to be the poison picking it up for APA, as now Zeka also trying to deal with him. Not enough damage, and there's Core JJ with the grand entrance, not wanting to risk it there.
I mean, I do feel like this is once again a really good situation for them, especially when you consider the fact that Impact... hold up.
Yeah, that is going to be Core JJ lit on fire and does throw down the heal. Is the last tick going to be enough? And the answer is no. That's why you drink your potions, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, scary there.
Yeah.
Yun has an advantage as well over Viper as hold up.
Yep, Delight had his flash off cooldown, so obviously he's pressing that button yet again. Peanut thrown out of the battle though, as the Brambles are thrown out over the corpse of APA.
With his ult to get them out, but now his ult is down for the dragon they want to take. APA going in.
Yeah, there's a beautiful ultimate as well, as the Petrifying Gaze onto Zeka, the flash forward from APA. Gives him the double thumbs up, and that is a solo kill for Yapton America.
Beautifully played from APA there. Sets up the miasma so he can't jump after the stun.
Oh, great interruption there from Core JJ, but he's interrupted. Never mind, gets out with the battle dance.
And that should just be the dragon going over to TL here. Even without Umpty's ultimate, they're able to secure it. And unfortunately for Peanut, he's not able to...
Does mean that he might be able to get something done here as Peanut unable to land the grasping roots, but that Stranglethorns does so much work, softening up TL. Delight Magnus on to 3 though, as he's underneath the turret, it just may not matter. Viper diving forward as well, manages to take down Yun, as Zeka diving on in. Umpty underneath this turret. He's out of the captive audience range, as is everyone else actually, as this is super awkward. Twisted advance as Umpty's dead. That was so heroic.
Well, Impact is here. I think that's what he wanted to maybe set up for, but this might just be another handbag to the collection.
Never mind, APA's moving down. Let's see whether the snake and the crocodile can get something done. The answer is at least they're hit. That's a flash forward. Okay, Slice and Dyson looking all cool. Unfortunately, he's still dead underneath the turret.
Game now to go all the way back to this. It looked like the play should be over. You know, there's not much you can get done here anymore. As you know, HLE, Yun is able to avoid the ult here. And then Delight says, you know what? I think I've got an angle. He always has an angle.
He had an angle.
And Viper just barely gets the kill as Delight holds the turret aggro, and they go for the redive. Meanwhile, in live, TL grouped up.
Yeah, Twisted Advance going to follow Zeka there as he's in amongst 4 people. He's really dead. APA going to grab his 4th.
So frustrating to play against as a Tristana because you always feel like you have that inherent safety of being able to get away. It just keeps preventing him from escaping, and Zeka gets taken out a 3rd time here. That's 4 kills now for this Cassiopeia, and some grubs will come with it. Looked like maybe Life Esports are getting back a grip on this game, but it's just still so back and forth. My biggest issue here for TL is that the gap between Zeus and Impact continues to widen, and the Croc here hasn't really made too much of an impact in this game, no pun intended. Team Liquid.
The gold is completely even.
It's dead even. Again, you have a big, big lead for Cassiopeia. Everyone else pretty significantly behind on TL's side, so it's a much more even spread for Life Esports, which is usually a good sign, especially with picks that allow you to catch that Cassiopeia potentially. As Zeus is just having a great time here into this Renekton. Putting the pressure on to Umpty now, is trying to secure Dragon.
Oh dear, Yun gonna have to flash out of the way, but does so beautifully. Still going to get hit by that Deadly Flourish, but isn't actually going to die or anything like that, as now Zeus looking for impact, and the curtains have been called. So is the Nature's Grasp though, and that is gonna guarantee the Dragon. Oh, everyone's rooted, and there's the quickness into the back line. They get the knockdown, and piercing once again, unfortunately.
Yeah, and now
APA
Zeus
walking towards Zeus, yeah, exactly, and oh, the Petrifying Gaze instantly cleansed there by Zeus. Looked very cool, but unfortunately, I think he's still going to die, as the Grand Entrance cannot be flashed out of, an Impact just culls
and the kill there, then turn their eyes onto Zeus, secure an additional kill. Now they're back in the lead.
There's the flash forward, but Impact is going to survive. And so many times we've come out of a replay.
Hero of TL here. The rest of the team will be relevant if he can help get them there, if he can actually win some team fights for Yun on this Forest and get him back into the game. Impact may find himself in trouble here. They don't have vision.
Yeah, he was spotted. This is a very healthy turret as Zeus is coming on over. CoreJJ coming down as well, though, does get the information that Impact is going to be in trouble. And now Zeka coming down as well. So he's going to rocket jump over. There's the Dominus as Quickness going to come on through as well. They do manage to take down the Crocodile as Delight almost just dies to the turret. The ramping damage almost killing Peanut there as well as Zeus is just going...
They want the Dragon. It's not going to start it. It's looking for the fight.
Yeah, there's a twisted advance forward onto Delight. He's taking a fair bit of damage here as we can see. This poison is really a worry.
Zeka loses his ultimate here as he tries to push APA away, and that should just be the Drake going over. I think they wanted more than the Dragon, but it is going to be their prize here, Soul Point.
Yeah, and the presence coming in. Umpty, of course, still has the ultimate up.
Well, they're not focusing the Dragon.
But any time they want to pull the trigger, Umpty should be able to just say, no, you're not allowed in here as the Quickness flies forward. Zeus finding an opportunity is so difficult as Impact just says, no, you're not allowed in. Zeka now off to the side of the fight, but it's CoreJJ that goes down first. And Zeka has made it to safety. These health bars are so low, and this is actually the kind of fight that HLE really want to look for. Zeus now fighting against Otacon as well. This is insanity, and Zeus so extraordinarily low. Eyes on the prize, though. TL will be able to take down the Dragon. Otacon continues to be annoyed. But Zeus down to 200 will be able to live.
Oh, man, you couldn't have had a more split. That is not how TL wanted that to go. They're going to now put their eyes towards a Hail Mary Otacon.
And this is like...
Tournament lives on the line.
This is a Cassiopeia. She does so much damage to this. So as you can see, it's already down to half health. Zeus is on the top side of the map.
We're giving it.
And Zeka's there as well. So yeah, Ruinous Otacon is going to go over to TL. So that's going to mean a whole bunch of extra levels and damage and things like this. And we'll see whether HLE can get enough off the back of it, because they do manage to take down some turrets. Outer goes down in the mid lane. Inner goes down on the top side.
Look at the XP they'll pick up here. APA
being on the objective first. Is now JJ's diving in. Chains of Corruption avoided there by the flash. Peanuts out of the fight, and they instead just go for Delight. Another Magnet Storm, but this time it's not enough. And Zeus just there a little bit late. However, this AoE damage kind of massive as Zeka wanting to press that rocket jump button, but TL have successfully disengaged.
I mean, this is a Zyra. They can't just go Dragon because HLE will be like, we got Tristana, we got Zyra, we'll trade for Baron. I think TL, but split here.
Yeah, Buster shot Umpty, and he should still go down.
APA is getting Dragon. APA is this whole time. It's at half health, and now they have to try to stop this Baron, though. I mean, Mountain Soul is permanent, Baron is not, but you do not want to give this over to Hanwha Live.
Yeah, and they also cannot lose multiple members as well, because then you cannot defend against it. Still, the Baron doing a fair bit of damage here as it only has just spawned a minute ago.
There's those shields.
Yeah, they're diving forward. Double knock up there from CoreJJ's into the back of the pit they go. That is the Baron over to HLE, but now Impact presses the Dominus button and looks to try and lock down the fight. The flash out from Yon to try and keep himself alive, and Zeka is going bonkers in the fight. APA, he'll turn up at the miasma a little bit too late.
I think they got to get out of here.
Yeah, you have to run as quickly as you can, but instead they realize that maybe they have not been able to. That dodge was gorgeous, but still APA is standing. He goes golden, and Zeus is just melting to the poison damage. APA will eventually go down as Zeka does have his bead drawn now. This gold lead is only going to extend for HLE.
Umpty wants to try to get on top of Zeka here. He is low on mana, but has enough to try to get out.
Yeah, he's still going to be able to press that ulti button, but the walk to the right strategy from Zeka is just a little bit too powerful.
Umpty just wants to try to burn as much Baron time here as he can. CoreJJ on a crazy flank.
Yeah, this is a mental flank, and you can see he is unseen on his way forward. Delight now in trouble as the Quickness into the back line. Locks down Zeka and Peanut. The Petrifying Gaze not doing too much, but the Magnet Storm only onto one, and they know exactly who the carry is as APA takes all of these ultimates to the face, and TL are just cleaning up the rift of HLE. The Baron's now just not really doing anything at all. The triple kill for Giannis. Now he is definitely should just be able to win, as Chains of Corruption was optimistic at best. Grasping Roots is going to be grasping at straws there for Peanut. I don't know why he was there.
Every single person who this entire tournament has been warning against Peanut having a tough time is saying, see, I told you!
Yeah, especially when it comes to Zyra. It turns out that that was still correct. Zeus and Impact is still going the same way that it was before. TL able to push up in this mid lane. Delight taking a bit of damage here.
It matters less and less when a Quinn bullies a Renekton, when she can't really get more out of it than just pushing him into his inhibitor turret than having to leave. Meanwhile, a really relevant 4-man push here in mid is starting to actually make a dent into this inhibitor turret as APA TP's in.
Yeah, and remember, the Baron just went over to HLE as well as Deadly Flourish. That is very scary as Jan getting this explosive charge charged up, doing a fair bit of work there. As Jan, I don't know about the flank angle on the Varus, but he gets back to the rest of his teammates.
This is so tense. APA just hanging on the edge here, does so much damage to the objective. Just putting Hanwha Life on the clock, saying you will eventually have to come over here. You will eventually have to take this away from us.
Yeah.
Zeus remounts.
Zek on this flank angle, but you can see control wards everywhere. TL have done their homework this time as Viper is in trouble. Below half health now. As Delight as well, keeping his health bar as high as possible so he can actually engage. Deadly Flourish not doing too much.
Hanwha running out of time.
Yeah. And it's the Nature's Grasp that you have to watch out for. Umpty holding on to that one. He's got that one in the barrel.
This Elder's getting very low. Peanut just looking for a steal. That's all he's got.
Yeah, Curtain Call does absolutely nothing in this fight at the same time, so Viper won't have access to that.
Bit of a reset.
Yeah, this reset on the Elder is a big deal. But if TL focus this, it goes down so fast.
They've got the health bar advantage. They might be able to catch
wrap
this.
around. He gets the knockout, and there is the quickness. And Jan able to take him out before he can do anything. Petrifying Gaze as the Buster Shot gets rid of APA, but Delight is dead. No Magnus Storm for you. TL just find the perfect team fight, and this should win them the game.
Absolutely. Huge win here. Use the health bar of the Elder against Hanwha Life Esports, and it looks like we are going to Game 3. Atlas.
Thank goodness, because this game, it was another crazy draft. But man, TL, they look so good. And the fact that they were still behind, they still held on, they got those objectives, they did what they needed to do. Delight going to respawn, but his Nexus is not going to until Game 3. And TL, they're still alive here at First Stand. And I can feel it. Top Esports has started to sweat, Wolf.
Here for TL, so they need to make sure they don't find themselves behind the 8-ball, because if Umpty's trying to respect the missing Leona in the bottom lane, but that's going to be a dragon.
Yeah, Umpty should be able to grab that one there. As, okay, Gravity Field going to go down as APA with his Death Ray. Going to be able to do a lot of work onto Delight, who will flash. But if just one more piece of damage comes through, he should be dead, and the Death Ray is what secures it. Core JJ able to survive there as well, and that is first blood going over to TL. Peanut should be able to answer with these Void Grubs, but the Dragon's going down on the bottom side, and TL, that is a really good first exchange.
Yeah, really huge for them. Does feel bad that you're not going to have those Grubs for your Jacks later on, but I think
Glorious
well worth
evolution. All right, Riftwalk is now available for Zeka, and so this is where things start to become a little bit of a problem. APA still trading okay.
Mountain into Cloud here, start things off as Impact's going in.
Yeah, Grandmaster's Might is down as Zeus can be very tricky as Peanut, he turns up. The flash is going to be used by Impact to get himself out of there. Impact wanting a 1v1 as Core JJ in position once again. They go for this dive, it's certainly dangerous, and Core JJ flashes in Zeus. Not a lot of options, but he does have dashes for days. So he will make it out. Certainly good news. As Umpty's going to move in, on top of some vision right now. Zeus taking some damage. Delight going to be moving up as Umpty turns up as well. There is going to be a Skarner here pretty soon.
He's been given some extra time here to try to push turret plates. Oh, hold up.
Umpty in a little bit of trouble. The Trigger Seed does come on through as APA, another Gravity Well that works extraordinarily nicely. Zeka taking a fair bit of damage.
Impact may need to be.
Yeah, there's a flash forward. Grandmaster's Might comes down. He does have the counter-strike, but Peanut gets in there, and there goes the kill. Zeus picks up one, and the assist goes over the Impact, so that helps Band-Aid it. And now, perhaps, there is going to be Peanut in some trouble. Does flash away as Teleport gets in.
We're not done yet.
Yep, TL still have a slight gold advantage. We'll see whether they can actually get in and take away any of these Grubs. Remember, they took the first 3.
Impact teleported bottom side here, trying to put some pressure on the plates, but Zeus does have TP, so they need to be aware of this.
Yeah, APA turning up. TL have invested a lot in this already, as now Zeka on the flank angle will get pushed away. But with 2 Grubs remaining, HLE, they don't even really need to worry about it. 5 Grubs, that feels all right.
Does feel really strong.
It's not going to get the feats of strength, you know?
And, you know, they end up getting this. There's no teleport. Zeus down bottom side. Now they're going to try to get plate gold here top side, maybe even set up for a dive.
Yeah, Daisy getting a little bit aggressive here as Delight might get knocked up, but does not. Dragon turning up here as Peanut going to join. CoreJJ wanting to be the one that soaks all of this CC, and that Solar Flare was gorgeous.
Setup that they have. So, still feeling good as APA.
Yeah, Delight altered it. As there's the public execution, that's how they're able to get that man advantage, but Zeus is burning down. The Impale is so good and Delight will survive. However, Impact just flashes on top of him. Can he get another? The answer's no, as Zeus just dances around the jab.
Life Esports. As TL look to grab the second dragon.
Yep, that'll be their second as well. They were able to grab the first, so this is certainly good news. I'll take that one down. It's going to be an Ocean Soul. Maybe a bit of
the balance of Kassadin as Impact is in
maybe
danger.
Some trouble. He's just going to try and clear out the wave. He's doing his best to ignore the fact that these champions are here. As the Winter's Bite, Concussive Blow's not stacked up. And Impact given a little bit of space here. Peanut by himself shouldn't be enough, but he's able to hold him in position for so extraordinarily long. And there's the public execution, and it was definitely public.
It's not quite the same type of incredible lead because of the scaling element here that we had in Game 2, but once again finds himself the center of attention in a really pivotal game here for Team Liquid. Generates so much gold off of first strike, as Peanut is very tanky.
He is, but so's Daisy, who is just trying to interrupt him as best she can. You can feel it. There is a fight a-brewing.
I mean, they just kind of looked for a fight, but it couldn't find it. Yun lost half his health bar. Now the objective is just going over to Hanwha Esports for free. And this is worst case scenario, I feel, here for TL outside of losing a fight. Is just not getting the opportunity to take one. As yes, Hanwha had to group for this.
Not able to really get too much done. Great route to come out from Umpty to stop Peanut from coming forward. But now Zeka is going to turn off the Arcane Shift. Yun, not a whole lot of places to go in that flash. Wasn't great either, but the knockups are coming in, and Yun survives for so incredibly long. Impact turning up, trying to take down Zeka, but another Rift Walk gets him to safety, and finally Impact gets here. Peanut flashing away to get himself to safety, and HLE, they just had more people there more quickly.
Yeah, exactly. They just had a numbers advantage, and they were ahead on the tempo.
Everyone going to die first is a very scary situation, as now Zeka in trouble. Zenith Blade going to connect there from CoreJJ, but he flashes, and he Rift Walks.
It's just so hard to chase down to Kassadin, and now this Herald is going to crash mid, and Hanwha Life are trying to wrestle that Dragon Prio away.
Oh, public execution as well as Impact underneath the turret. Viper not going to stick around, but it is still going to be this turret lying on the floor pretty soon. CoreJJ going in once again as a Solar Flare onto a Skarner is maybe not the priority target here. As Zeka turns up once again. APA in that backline. Let's see how much TL can actually get done. Zeus getting spotted there by Impact. And CoreJJ's trying desperately to tank things up. These health bars are getting so extraordinarily low, but it's Zeka that takes down the Leona, and TL are pushed away. Peanut smacks them into the wall, and TL just get their backs broken in this mid-game. A triple kill for Zeka's Kassadin. And that's not a great sign. Make it a quadra, make it an ace. And HLE...
the Jacks, 1.2k down, catching the waves in the side and not pushing them in. Impact 2 levels down on Zeus here. And he's just not able to do anything. He's getting cut down.
It's pretty absurd. And I mean, Zeus has been playing some weird champions so far. It was Kale and then Quinn in this series. This is, you know, one of the more coveted of the champions here, as Impact just getting dove underneath this turret by Zeus alone. Now wanting to try and find a cross-map play.
Zeus has TP, so you're never gonna have a numbers advantage. And Hanwha Life say, this is my moment to take Otacon. APA can, of course, join his teammates as well here with his own TP.
Yeah.
Looking for a kill on the Zeus first, but I just don't think you can lock down this dashy champion.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to kill him. Does stop the recall, I guess, as now the flash comes out. Peanut still just flashing forward. They get the suppress. Down goes Umpty. No more spite for TL. As at least they get some decent damage onto Zeka, but he's still Rift walking forward. CoreJJ just standing his ground, says, Yun, you must live. He'll live, but I don't think Otacon will.
Teleport coming through here from Zeus to continue the pressure insides. Otacon could be taken without him here. You can see a TP from Zeka into the top lane. He's looking to push the inner. The whole map is falling apart, and Yun is just taking what he can in the mid lane. Maybe, if he gets enough time, he can get a bounty here while Otacon is being taken, but contesting, not even a dream, not even a concept here for TL at this point. He's just going to walk away, let that wave crash in mid as the Otacon goes down. Ruinous here from...
It's the donkey whistle here from Viper, dodging all of the skill shots there as well as Gorgeous. As there's a public execution, the door is given to them as well as Yon is just picked off and destroyed. The same fate lies for Impact as Core JJ is able to walk it off. But TL, I mean, they just have to watch as their friends are torn to shreds this game.
I guess he didn't have the shift at the moment. He had it seconds later, used it, but didn't use it to avoid. That one is taken out at max range from another ultimate from Zeus. He's had so many good ones this game. And I think this is the beginning of the end, Atlas.
Yeah, there's the force pulse. Core JJ slammed into his Nexus. APA, not a lot of buttons remain here as Peanut can tank these turrets for way longer than he could when he was playing Zyra in the previous game. They'll settle for an inhibitor for now. The best,
Strong combo.
Yeah, up a creek without a paddle as Umpty just not allowed to be there. And Zeus shows him exactly why. Zeka is now going to punish Yon for it as well, as he just waits for another Rift Walk. And Yon knows exactly what's going to happen here. Force Pulse to kill him.
It's just an absolute bullying here.
0-4.
This is the happy game Hanwha were searching for, and I think they found it, Atlas.
They did. They're just like, okay, why don't we have maybe only a couple of players play those champions that they have a lot of fun on, and the other ones can do the things that are just good in the meta at this point in time. And also, let's have a composition that does a thing that looks planned. That works.
3.5 items. Sivir is going to make quick work of this Baron, so the side laners can continue to actually set up those Baron waves for the last 2 inhibitors remaining here for TL. Baron gets taken over. Now they're looking for more.
Yeah, Zeka he's still Cassidy, isn't he? So yeah. I guess he can do this time. On his Silas, he was making those plays and getting punished. And I guess now he just doesn't. Zeus may, though, as he is underneath the turret here. Zeka is chasing after APA, and APA just takes 1 billion damage. Is trying to kite, but sometimes you press R in his general vicinity and he pops like a balloon. Umpty also going to suffer the same fate as Zeka gets himself out of there, using his health bar as a resource, ladies and gentlemen, as Zeus takes down Impact. I think this series is over as HLE. An absolute statement here in the final game. I'm glad they had a bunch of fun. TL also showing a phenomenal game number 2. But HLE showing exactly why they're the favorites here on their home turf, as they'll take down the final Nexus of the group stage and move on to the playoffs pretty comfortably after this win. And big congratulations now